The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark.
Glory to you, Lord.
Jesus made a tour around the villages teaching. Then he summoned the 12 and began to send them out in pairs, giving them authority over the unclean spirits. And he instructed them to take nothing with them for the journey except a staff, no bread, no haversack, no coppers for their purses. They were to wear sandals, but he added, do not take a spare tunic. And he said to them, if you enter a house anywhere, stay there until you leave the district. And if any place does not welcome you, and the people refuse to listen to you, as you walk away, shake the dust from under your feet as a sign to them. So they set off to preach repentance, and they cast out many devils. And they anointed many sick people with oil, and they cured them. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Oftentimes we get instructions and advice from people who live their lives because they know that those instructions or directions are worth telling other people because it will help these people to live their life and experience the same kind of experiences that they had. So in the first reading we hear, David is telling Solomon how he would live his life to enjoy and to rule the kingdom. If you submit to God, because I did it, and I lived this life 40 years as king, so if you follow, you will live your life and rule as king. And in the Gospel we hear Jesus is instructing his disciples what to do, because he also knows that if they follow, they will bring the gospel to different people, different cultures, families, nations. And so he says, if you go, you follow these strict instructions. Don't carry tunics, don't carry extra load, but go with what you have and enter houses. If they accept you, you stay. If they don't accept you, shake the dust off your feet and move on. Because that is what you are instructed to do. And so we hear they did what Jesus told them, and they went healing, preaching the gospel. This time, people seem to think we have the right answers to our life. People ignore instructions. People don't listen to directions. That is why we see people are not prepared to obey. We do the same with the gospel. People don't want to listen to the good news, the gospel, because they think the gospel dictates their life and they want to live their own life. So that is why we see in churches, there are very few, but if you go to playgrounds, show places where people go for picnics, enjoyment is becoming predominant. That is why we see also in prisons, houses are full, prison camps are not secure anymore, People are trying to build secure places in their homes too. They build fences, but it's not enough. So they go on putting blade wires. It is not enough. So they go on putting second lock on the doors, and it is not enough. So they put a third lock too, or grill doors. It is because we don't listen to instructions, we don't follow advice. That is why we end up in this area. So I would like to pray this time to ask the Lord to help us so that we follow instructions. Instructions are good, advices are good. We follow and we live our life peacefully.